more that people lack the media literacy of what they are consuming, I feel like when they go and spout something else, it ruins another person's mind. By the way,
I think the interesting thing about like just having media literacy in general, right, is that like subconsciously, like we are meant or like we're like predispositioned to believe everything that we see. Now, you guys might not think that, but like if somebody, like if I woke up to you and I say, oh my gosh, like, oh, I have $10. Like, you don't want me to be lying about the fact that I have $10. Like I don't know. So like when you see something and like, or like a celebrity's life or something like you said, and they're like, oh, let's say Kim Kardashian, whatever, broke her ankle. You want to really believe that Kim Kardashian, like, and like, so subconsciously we are thinking like, oh, like everything that we see is, so it's not secondhand nature in order like to actually have like media literacy is like it's a thing that comes next. It's like third, you know.
You have to actually practice it.
Right.
There's a psychological concept that was coined when the internet was started really booming and social media started like going, where everything you see on social media, it's hard for people to understand what's a joke and what's not.
Exactly.
Everything has to be seen as face value because of I don't have the context of the body language and whatever else that needs to be added on to really understand this thing in full scope. That's where a lot of confusion and a lot of like rage bait comes in when you are on social media in the first place. Because of the main thing that happens is, oh, this person's, you know, for a clean example, Homelander is a great character. It's a great righteous character that is saving the world.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it for me, bro. I'm about to go watch season 4 right after this. After this, I'm gonna go watch it because I don't have Prime, so I'm gonna go to my friend's house and watch season 4. I'm so serious. Don't ruin it for me, bro. Don't. Well, continue.
But in actuality, trying to say that Homelander is me, Homelander is I vibe with him so much, or like a BoJack Horseman character, where it's like I believe in him, he is me. No, y'all are both bad people. That's all that is. That's all that is. You are not supposed to sympathize. You're not supposed to empathize with these characters because of their internally flawed. Being flawed is a main aspect of who they are as a character. And the fact that you don't understand what is going on in the roundabout way, you're losing the plot.
I think it's very interesting, like you talk about somebody like you know, like Homelander and stuff like that. Like you watch a show where I think the reason why people are like, I am like, he is me, I am him, or something like that, is because the villain makes the show. So like, while like, you know, there's like the protagonist character and, you know, he's the good character and he's the whatever like that, like I think the main character of that show, I think his name is like Huey or something like that. Nobody wants to be Huey. Nobody wants to like you make the protagonist and nobody wants to be the protagonist because they shape the protagonist in a very interesting way. The protagonist is always somebody who is like, they're nerdy, like they don't get, like think of Spider-Man when he was first, like he ain't had no women, he ain't had no job, he ain't had no bread. Like, why can't we have a protagonist like, let's think of like Iron Man. You put a protagonist like that on a show, now everybody vibes with the protagonist, because like I think it's like media themselves are like doing it like to us, because like if we have more characters like Iron Man, like he was rich, he had the women, he was the villain, you know, maybe he was a douche, but he was the good guy. So like I was watching the show, oh, I want to be kind of like Iron Man, you know what I'm talking about? I want to be kind of like. But I think most of the time what tends to happen is they make the villain. The villain, like, you know, it's the person who, even down to Superman, bro. Like, Superman had no bread either. Like why do the protagonists always got to be broke? Like, can we change that? Can we change that? Like, just down to the basics. But I don't know. I lost my train of thought. But like, that's
real quick on the protagonist aspect. You are supposed to. The protagonist is supposed to grow as the show goes on. Right? Like when you're watching. What is the show called?
The Boys is what it's called.
Yeah, I was about to call it Invincible, but beyond the point. When you're watching the protagonist in a show like The Boys, and you're trying to relate to Huey and you just can't, well, you can relate to the struggle. You can relate having your girlfriend die right in front of you and losing the love of your life type of vibe.
People do not want to relate to the struggle. That's the thing. You don't watch a show to relate to the struggle. You don't watch a show to be like, oh, me and him, like if people don't want to associate to other people's, like, the bad things that happen to other people's life. Do you know what I'm talking about? So if you only have $10 and this other person only have $10, you are going to try to find a way to, in your mind, help you think that you are better than this person that has $10, and that, oh, like I might be broke, but I'm in shape. Like, like y'all are the same. Y'all are the same. But that's the reason why people don't want to relate to you. They don't want to relate to the struggle. They don't want to relate to the fact that
we will get there.
Right. Okay.
We'll get there. As like while you're watching the protagonist, it's not so much that he is me, I am him.
Right.
The protagonist is trying to grow through the story. That's the main point. Like when you're watching the difference between Iron Man and the difference between like Spider-Man.
Right.
Iron Man has all the money, he has all the win, all the fame, but the thing that he needs to learn and what he needed to grow was to be moral and to be able to put others ahead of himself. And that's why his character arc completed once he snapped and then he killed himself for the greater good of everybody else.
Okay.
As a recall to when he sent out the missile in the first Avengers 1 with and he fell back to his side. He literally attempted to kill himself to save the world.